What's up guys, JC here from resinmedia.com, and today we're going to be color grading log footage in just under 3 minutes. The first step to color grading your footage is to download the correct LUT for your camera model. At Resin Media, we shoot with the Fujifilm X-T3, so I will be downloading the Fujifilm X-T3 LUT file. We're going to head over to the internet and we're going to search Fujifilm X-T3 LUT file. We're going to save this file to a safe space where we're not going to lose it, because this is the file that we're going to select every time we grade footage from our camera. So we're going to download this file and save it into a safe space. So we're just going to go ahead and save the file. So I've head over into Premiere Pro and I've prepared 2 files to color grade. The first is a beautiful outdoor scene, and the second is a scene taken from a recent music video we shot for a band called South Wolves. If you want to watch the full video, the link in the description is below, so please check it out and I would love some feedback. So we're going to make sure we're in our color workspace and we head over to Window, and Lumetri Color and Lumetri Scopes need to both be ticked. Your Lumetri Scopes would appear on your left and your Lumetri Color on your right. So the next step is to create adjustment layers, and we are going to be applying our LUT and color grading to these layers to keep a fresh file of footage underneath. So we're going to go to Project, right click, New Item, Adjustment Layer, OK, and we're just going to drag this all the way through over all of our footage, and we can just cut both of these right here, trim it off, and we're left with 2 adjustment layers ready to work with. The first step is to apply the LUT we just downloaded. So we're going to head over into our Lumetri Color panel, click Browse, and we're going to select the file that we just downloaded from the internet. If you're a Fujifilm X-T3 user, we're going to select this file here, X-T3 F-Log to F-Log. We're going to hit Open, and as you can see, it already applies some nice color to your footage and a bit more natural looking saturated colors. Next, we're going to head over to our Color Wheels and Match panel and make sure our Lumetri Scopes is visible. We're going to drop our blacks so we achieve a really nice richness within our blacks without losing too much detail. That's already looking much better. Usually I would increase the highlights quite a bit, but this is already quite a bright scene, so I'm just going to give it a slight touch of highlight. Increase the midtones just a little bit to make her skin tone more visible, and we're going to drop the blacks a little more to add that beautiful contrast and make the colors really pop. So I'm happy with that so far. So as you can see, we've already graded this to a nice natural level. Next, we're going to apply a nice cinematic look and change the hues of these greens. We're going to head over to our curves and make points along the hue curve. This is hue versus hue, so this will allow you to manipulate specific colors without altering any other color. So we're going to go to our green and we're going to just increase this a little bit to make the leaves a bit more orange, so it looks like she's in autumn. Next, we want the sky to be a bit more saturated by those blues. So we will make our points in our saturation and hue curve, and we're going to increase our blue saturation up there. So now that we've achieved a brighter blue, we want to add a bit more focus on the subject, and this means to darken the background. So we're going to head over to our hue versus luma, and this essentially lets you brighten and decrease the brightness of specific colors. So we're going to make our points along the hue versus luma, drop the green. So now, as you can see, tick this and untick it, we can see a nice contrast is achieved, and it differentiates the colors between the subject and the background. Finally, we're going to head over to temperature and just make this slightly more cool and up the contrast. And that's it. Beautiful cinematic look and we can hide this layer to see just how much detail and color we've achieved. We're going to click on our adjustment layer and add our LUT file that we downloaded once again. And as you can see, this makes the color pop just a little bit more. Now it's time to add that beautiful contrast and detail. So we're going to make sure, once again, our Lumetri Scopes is open. Your Lumetri Scopes is essentially an RGB layout of the color dispersed along your footage. So if I hit play, those colors move relative to what's showing on my footage. All right, so let's start grading this. So once we have our input LUT selected, we're going to head over to color wheels and match again, and go to our shadows and really make those blacks a lot deeper. So once we've dropped our shadows and achieved that nice black level, we want to head over to highlights and really brighten up his skin tones. Brightening up the midtones would really help as well. And by doing this, it would bring up the blacks. If you pay attention to this area, if we drop the midtones, everything drops. If we increase it, everything increases. So we're going to drop the blacks once again to reach that nice black level. All right, so we're done in the color wheels and match. Now I really want this scene to be a bit warmer and the colors to be a bit more vibrant. So I'm going to head over to basic correction, add a little bit of warmth, head over to our curves, and I really want a nice hue on the skin tone. I'm not liking this yellow skin tone so far. I'm happy with making the skin a little bit pink. It makes it more natural, and we were going for a drunk, tipsy sort of look. So we're going to head over to our hue versus hue, head over to our greens, and we're just going to find a nice blue spot. Right about there. I think I'm about happy right there. Graded. Ungraded. Alright, that's it for today, guys. If you found this video helpful, consider liking, and we'll see you soon.